one is probably a lot more intensive than most other radios.
Yeah, I definitely did all the pins on the perpendicular cards where they mount. There were definitely cold solder joints there.
Yeah, cold solder joints, tarnishing on the pins, and tube sockets that get flimsy. And I usually end up bending the pins on the tube so they fit in there better, you know, and tighter. And the biggest thing besides the caps are the 2-watt resistors in there. They tend to change value because they've been running hot for so long. They start going high in value. Some of them even open up completely.
Yeah, Barquette sells a BA board too. I think it's like only $60.
Yeah, the BA board, no, there's really not much on there. You know, it's your 14-volt regulator, and it's got some, there's one of those .22 caps that's short out, and it does it's got the 10K resistors in series for the relay. That's really all it does. Oh, and the cathode bias resistor for the audio output tube.
Yeah, I noticed the AM audio was a little lower than the lower sideband and upper sideband, but I haven't looked up how to adjust that.
Well, I don't think there's anything to adjust. It's just you know, there may be something wrong in there.
AA3RE, testing my Android for digital upload purposes and archiving.
Oh, you're gonna run a little bit of a gate here on the SNUBWAP?
Yeah, SNUBWAP gate. See what happens.
Oh no, SNUBWAP gate. Oh, dun 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 dun.
Just to see how it turns out, I'll upload it. One of my other rigs, I already have. I want to go ahead and document all the radios from the HF side. Got the 701 on there, the multi-LMAC, the B&W. Now I got to get the 530 and the. Then I get on there with the 700A. That'll be fun.
Okay, well, we'll have to just see how we sound. If you put it somewhere. KB3ZW on the Yaesu FT897D.
Same place as all my other ones go.
Still running the stock mic because I haven't wired up the RJ45 adapter. Another one of those things on the to-do list.
That radio sounds good with the stock mic. You could have told me otherwise and I'd believe you, because that sounds good.
Yeah, I tried this radio on AM a couple times. It just doesn't seem like it was made for there.
What radio is that?
Yaesu 897D, same as the 857 chassis.
This one's not even capable of AM.
No, the older Kenwoods never were. Although most Yaesus sound pretty decent on AM.
Maybe once I get another mic on it, that'll wake it up. It's one of those situations, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something you really need to worry about, I guess, unless you're going to do some serious AMing on 10 meters or something.
No, that's why I'm not that worried about it.
Gonna do some serious AMing. Just save yourself a lot of headache and go get a tube transmitter.
That's right. Yeah.
Or a flex radio. There are some other good ones out there, some solid states. I should probably take note on which ones those are. But most of them, you know, they don't come out of the box that way. There was a couple exceptions, but for the most part, they're not. The only good ones right out of the box, well, more or less. Of course, even the flex radio takes modification to get there. The only ones right out of the box are the tubers.
Yeah, the 101E Yaesu, that was always a good AMer. And, well, even the 757 Yaesu didn't sound bad either. 1540, they all sounded good on AM.
It seems to be mostly Kenwood type radios that are on the AM that I hear. There has been a couple of ICOMs and boat anchors and flex radios.
Yeah, if you could find one at Johnson's Viking.
Yeah, and then there was is that wasn't there was one they were talking about it recently on QRZ. There was another one. Maybe that's the one that had three 6146s modulated by a pair of 6146s.
I'm not sure what the tube complement is on the Viking, but I do know that it was one of the more popular AM radios, and people want them, and it's because they're in demand. They tend to be pricey too.
Yeah, Rangers, Valiants, Vikings, all those Johnsons, they all seem to be popular on the AM. In fact, the other day I was talking to a guy, he was on a Collins twin set up there.
Oh yeah, there you go. The Cadillac of HF rigs back in the day.
Yeah, in fact, that's one of my video gates. It's with GW8TBG, Mervyn. I caught him when I video gated him on that particular day. He was running his Collins. You should go on his QRZ page and look at his gear. Him and W2NBC, both of them guys, I was looking at their shacks. It's like, you name the classic transmitters of the vacuum tube type of the day, and between those two guys, I think they got it covered.
There you go.
NBC has a BC610. That would take up about the size of my one radio desk, something like that.
That's what you call a boat anchor.
Yeah, it was 325 watts of AM carrier.
That's right, all you need is some three-phase.
At 100% duty cycle.
I'm always intrigued by the little broadcast stations. When I say little, they're like 3 6-foot cabinets, 2-foot wide, equipment racks, gauges on the front, and they're always three-phase. Sometimes I'll look that up, three-phase transmitter, just to see what comes up.
Everybody thought this thing that was Mike's, aka Snowman's, that was all in one rack. Everybody thought that was a broadcast transmitter.
Yeah, it sort of had that look to it. It looked kind of industrial,
Yeah, between the B&W and the way that thing was set up in that rack, I broke it down into two racks, but the way that thing was set up, yeah, it all did look like either it was a military transmitter or something more to me. And then I got to looking at it closer, and I'm like, but it's got all the ham bands highlighted. So I knew it wasn't a military transmitter. Of course, the receiver took a little more investigation with no nameplate, but once I figured out what it was, I was like, woohoo! And Wayne's on his way to Houston.
Well, at least it's not snowing.
When's our next one?
Monday night into Tuesday.
depending on the timing of that one, I might skate out of it.
Well, it's supposed to start late Monday night and into Tuesday morning, which might make it a little rough for me going into work on Tuesday, but it's not supposed to be a major deal. It's not, I think we're talking like the 1 to 3 inch range.
The one that they always say are smaller, usually the ones that sock us. So that'll mess with my way home, but I have a short week this week.
Yeah, I've got a full week this week, but yeah, then I'm off for the whole Christmas thing.
Yeah, and I'm just the opposite. I'll be pretty full that week.
So have you given up on the AM Mayhem there because they closed off your garage or what?
Pretty much nowhere for me to park that's gonna work. You know, either I'll be able to, get into 6 meters and not hear myself, or I'll have a bad UHF link. Yeah, it just sucks while they have that closed off. Can't park outside the garage no more. That's verboten.
So all your other parking options do not work well at the repeater, huh? You can't hit it?
Nah, I gotta be up in the top corner of the deck there. I tried it on the third, and it's just too much noise.
Wow, well, that's a shame.
Yeah, in fact, they have the third closed. You can only use the basement first and second. You can't get up to the third. But hey, I'll probably be able to get in here Wednesday and Thursday. Or in there, I should say. AA3RE, Sunday night, useless banter with a purpose.
Here, there, and everywhere.
Ron, when do you get to 7,000?
Don't know. Maybe a couple days, maybe a week, I don't know.
Ordered, just waiting on shipping, or what?
Yeah, we did it, I guess it was Sunday. Saturday, Sunday. So I guess they had to do it. I had the Morse cat done to it, so I don't know. All that is a snap of a whatever they do to it, you know?
Yep, whatever they do to it.
Yeah, you get a little extra money, you know? And you just do it. You never know if you're going to be around tomorrow, so you might as well get it done now.
Every time I've ever bought a brand new radio, that's exactly how I've done it. I work a ton of overtime and make excess amount of money all in one shot, and I say, you know what? I'm buying a new radio.
Yeah, that's what I do, you know. I did a little extra, just do it down there, and I knew I had it. I had it from the get-go. I used most of it for the vacation, so I just started stashing it away, and Christmas monies and stuff like that. I want to do it, you know. I just like the way it looks. It has everything built into it, you know. It's got everything you would want, so why not?
Yeah, why not? You gotta start somewhere and try them all out. Try them all out. It's a funny thing too, because like all the transmitters that I've bought new, there's only one that I still have, not counting VHF radios. I still have my two Yaesu FT8900s that I bought new, but the Kenwood TS480, everything else are all used radios. All the new radios I've ever bought have like come and gone, not counting walkie-talkies either.
Yeah. The 718's been treating me right. I got it for a really good price, you know. It's in real clean condition, so I guess if that works out, this one's going to go up in the market one of these days.
You always need a backup rig.
Yeah, it's true.
Backup for the backup.
Sell some of this older stuff, you know. Touch control, Cobra, you know, just going to start emptying the shelf off and then clean it up, you know.
Yeah, you're still gonna want to keep a backup rig.
Yeah, I'll have a couple here. I just want to get rid of some stuff, you know.
Yeah, I I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I want more than one antenna for every band. I need more than one HF transmitter. I need more than one VHF radio. I guess it's a sickness.
Yeah, it works out nice, you know? I've been liking it so far.
This here Kenwood, this old boat anchor one that I'm using right now, this is one of my favorites, and this is late 70s, early 80s technology here, but it's a great radio.
Is that the one you took the picture of?
That's right, on the Facebook, yeah.
Yeah. That's not the one I saw up there the day I came up there to see your radio station, right?
Yeah, you probably did. It's been sitting here where it is for at least a couple of years.
Yeah, you had one on the shelf over there. Then you said there was something wrong with it. Maybe you fixed it or something?
No, that was a quad band VHF UHF all mode rig. That went. I got money for it, even broken.
Oh, okay, good. Well, at least you did that. Everything's fixable if you have the money.
The money and the inclination to throw at it. There was a couple of times I wanted to throw money at it and decided I won't really use it here anyway, because my operation and what I do has changed. I sold that and bought some antique radios.
Oh, yeah. I should let me throw this radio on the IMAX and see if it gets any, better. You guys are picking me up fantastic, right? Or no? Moving up here.
No trouble.
Yeah, that's off the super penetrator on the house. It's fluctuating back and forth. It's not bad. Hasn't wigged out yet. A nice solid S9 up here. Let me see if it goes up if I throw it on the IMAX. Alrighty then.
There was a nice HF rig on Craigslist in Allentown. The guy had a Yaesu 1000 MP Mark IV.
There you go.
Separate I think we mentioned this before, separate multi-voltage power supply. And I looked at the finals, were discontinued.
Didn't that thing have MOSFETs in it?
Yeah, but like some Philco or Philips, MOSFET pill type, obviously transistor, they look like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what they look like. But they've been discontinued, so they're basically made of unobtainium.
They still make 6146s.
Yes, they do.
How funny is that?
Yeah, right. You can still get certain tubes, but you can't get some of these solid state parts.
It's a conspiracy, I tell you.
I can still run my old Kenwood 530.
Yeah, but that's a hybrid. There's a lot of solid state in that too. But fortunately, it's old tech solid state, which is not all that hard to get a hold of.
It's just kind of interesting, though, that other components have come and gone, and they're still making these.
I think you should bring back all these tubes, man. They should bring them all back. 6146s and 6 LQ6s and 6 LF6s and 8950s, and bring them all back. $5 a piece, $10 a piece.
Yeah, 12 AX7s and all. 6 BQ5s.
What are you doing, Ron?
250 TH.
Alright, how's that making out right there? Now you're back to where you were. Yeah, it says I keyed it up and wigged out. But, it seems like it throws a little bit more power. I got things turned down, but, other than that,
I think I'm going back to the other antenna.
I gotta run to get something to drink. AA3RE.
I think that one's a little stronger. You're on the cosmic scanner. You're like at 6.5 now.
Yeah. Back to the other one.
Yeah, if it keeps wigging out on you, you might have an SWR problem.
Yeah.
Your radio may have a circuit in there that folds back power when it sees a bad match.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think, hopefully I'm not cutting everybody out, but I think the radio likes it to have a grounded antenna.
I think it just likes having one with a good SWR. But now you're back down to where you were. You're like a 5.5 now on the scanner. So the other antenna was stronger.
Yeah, well, it's up there 90 feet to the tip, so, but that antenna is not grounded anywhere.
Yeah, well, what's your SWR on it up here?
On this one, it's probably, like, on the IMAX, it would be 1.5-ish, a little higher maybe, depending on the wattage, but this one right here, it's got to be under a 2.
So you're saying the one you're on now has got a higher match?
Yeah.
Well, that don't make any sense, because it was wigging out on the other one.
Yeah, sometimes it wigs out on this one too. But as I'm talking, I'm looking at the SWR on the radio and on the meter as I'm talking, and it's staying under a 1.4.
Well, that's okay. I mean, I would think anything under 2 to 1 would be probably safe, so.
It's weird. As soon as this typical radio gets hooked up to the IMAX, it just brings in so much static that you can't hear it through the DSP. And you're always messing around with it. As soon as I hook up that antenna from the house here, because it's all grounded to the house and blah blah blah, and it's just so much quieter.
Well, that's a big thing, you know. Being able to hear over noise is, a quieter antenna is certainly a better thing to run.
That's why I dedicated it, the super penetrator to it, but I might have to get a better meter or whatever and try to match the antenna up more closer to the 10-meter side and just dedicate it right off the bat.
Well, the interesting thing is your S9 on my meter right now on both antennas, it doesn't seem to be any different. But then again, these bar graph meters, sometimes the resolution may not be all that noticeable, but it is noticeable on the cosmic scanner.
Yeah, probably farther away. The antenna is 30 foot shorter, so it all works out. But I'm getting out though. I'm not doing super power here. Not that you really need it, but I did set this SM6. I'm wondering if I turn it up a little bit. Let me know if it gets crazy. I turned that SM6 up, and the radio's still at 40%.
I would leave it alone because you sound really good. It's nice and clean audio. Don't mess with it.
Alright, that's what I'll do. Just leave the microphone all the way up and then where I'm at. As for power, I think it was set at 20 watt mark.
Oh, you're not even running full power?
What'd you say?
I said you're not even running it at full power?
No, I don't think so. It's not high power all the way up now.
Oh, then you're doing fine, I mean, because that radio should be doing 100 watts. It's all the way up, I would think.
There's power all the way up right there. And it's just bucking off at there and 45. That's about it. That's all I can get out of it.
Well, you're not going to see the full 100 watts on an analog meter when you're talking because the peaks are way too quick for the meter to show. Your voice peaks most likely are hitting 100 watts. You just won't see it on the meter. It's going to average it out a little bit.
Yeah, it's cool. It's working out fairly well, you know. But I just leave it the way it is, you know. When you're on the sideband, you're actually making it so now if it was to be on AM with that full carrier, then you start. I actually see more wattage out of the AM side than this, but I've been told it sounds really good. Now I'm going to take it for what it is.
Yeah, don't mess with it. It's working.
Yeah. I got the radio for a good price, and I couldn't turn it down, I guess, for my first HF rig.
No, and it sounds good, so.
I think they still sell those, Ron. KB3ZW. Yeah, they're going for $800. I mean, that's good, because you can get parts for them. They usually hold the parts for, what, 10 years or something?
I think it's 7.
They keep reducing it.
Yeah, I think they got to carry replacement parts for 7 years after they officially discontinue something. I think that's the way it works.
Yeah, it's like they went to the Ham Fest that one year and picked up this SM6 for 30. You walk around the corner and the guy won 65 for it, so hey, I got myself a good deal here. KB3ZUT.
And 3CJ.
Sometimes I use that Heil mic over on this thing, but yeah, you gotta hold that thing up to your face too much, I guess.
Yeah, well, those Icon XM mics have a preamp in them, so it probably gives you a little bit more level.
Yeah, I like it. It's small, you know. And I finally found the little styrofoam tips for them, so that's pretty cool.
Radio in general is cool. AA3RE.
Ah, welcome back, N3CVJ on the SNUBWAP.